Hello, Robbie Bruce. Welcome back in Belgium. The weather is beautiful outside. Glad to have you here. We're here to talk again about the key changes we anticipate in the live events industry. Just a short, concise discussion to trigger the discussion. Topic for today, hybrid events. And the first question I have for you is if you look at the industry today, how popular are hybrid events still in the market?
I think hybrid events are still very important, but they've gone a little bit less in demand simply because it adds cost and complexity.
And the fact that you have a remote audience of, let's say, 5,000-10,000 people, does that not offset the cost and complexity?
It could, but it's difficult to monetize today simply because the experience is so bad. I think that no one's willing to pay for a ticket for those type of events. And so what they do is just end up cutting those costs instead.
And if you look at those challenges, do you then still believe in a model of hybrid events for the future?
Yes, from a sustainability and there are a lot of global companies out there that they can't send employees to every event that's happening globally. And so I think it's an easier way for them to maximize reach of whatever message that they're trying to say. You don't have to be there in person. You could actually watch it from your living room if you're a remote employee as well.
So if there's a let's say a long-term need for hybrid events because of the reasons you mentioned, what could we do to solve the challenges you talked about earlier to make it viable?
Well, I think first is making it an easier process. Today, it requires more people, it requires more equipment, it adds cost, it adds complexity, and the experience isn't good. So first would be to automate the experience. Second would be to create a more engaging experience for the remote audience.
And when you say automation, removing complexity, could you give an example of what that could look like?
Yes, for example, using the same set of equipment that you're using to control the experience in the room, if that same piece of equipment could also seamlessly control the remote experiences as well. So you don't need more boxes and more people. Try to use it use the existing equipment to solve both problems.
Understood. And you also talked about improving the experience. What are ways to do that?
I think a lot of it is through engagement, through audience engagement. It's also making sure that you have the right camera angles. That for a piece of engagement would mean I want to put a poll out in the middle, and I want the remote participants to participate in those polls. And there's lots of other ways of engagement in terms of gaming, and there's lots of ways to be interactive with your remote audience. Today's this not really set up well to do the technology, and the complexity just gets bigger and bigger.
And on the one hand, you have the production crew who can play with the cameras they use, the content they use, that they feed towards the remote audience. But what about the platforms they are using, that the remote spectator is using, is watching? What are the options there to improve the experience?
One of it, so today, a lot of times is just to record and put it up to YouTube and watch it later. And if it is a live you're monetizing that through YouTube, or that you're channeling that experience through another application framework. I think there's opportunity there that's being able to provide an end-to-end solution. Our partners that can provide a end-to-end solution for the customer, from the people at home remote, can have an experience through a customized branded experience.
Would you then expect that a production company would invest in their own kind of hosting platform, or how would you see?
They could, and I think so. I've talked to some that have tried, but also Barco could provide a turnkey solution down the road that enables that remote experience, an online experience that can be branded for that particular customer or event, but making it turnkey and very easy for the rental partner to roll this out as a service to their customers.
Okay. Still lots of challenges, but also still lots of options to solve it together with our customers. Thank you very much, Robbie. Thank you for watching. Obviously, there's much more to discuss about hybrid events. We'll continue to share information on our website. Our next video will be about workflow simplification for mainstream events. If you want to be kept in the loop on that one, leave your contact details below. Thank you.